Phone doesn't want to really cooperate with going sideways, so I guess I could just hold it like this. It's getting pretty big. Need to trim it up. I am going in and out though, but I don't want to get too wild. So, I mean, if I cough and wheeze, it's because just like most of the people in California, there's like an on and off going cold that's going around. I'm still working because fuck all that. Ain't going out with the damn. All I'm doing right now is just stacking up money and trying not to think about too much of rushing on moving or anything like that. But the bottom line is every day just put away money. My friend actually is helping me with that. So if I put away money to a separate account and then I see that, I know I have ways to like reach to it. So I'll just like, yeah, what's another $10, $20? Here's the thing though, like I could think like that, and technically that's true. But that kind of spending, it does end up adding up to something. That could be another $200 a month that I could have had. Small things like that. That's why I don't really go out drinking too much. It's hard. I don't even drink at home. The hotel rooms are not a thing at the moment. I did give fair warning that it might be sometime in the future, but if I end up staying there for any longer, then yeah, I'll probably need a night or two to myself. But same token, my friend's actually going to be the one to set aside the money. He's going to put it in the safe. I trust him, and yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Aside from all this freaking traffic, this holiday traffic, beaming along. Right before I got in here, two people actually decided to race on this road, even though there's like a stoplight every other block. It's probably an exaggeration, but stupid ass kids with cars that their parents paid for. Trying to cause an accident. But yeah. Them's the way of the road. The plan was to be able to move out pretty soon here. Unfortunately, what happened was that the room that I had planned for, even though the guy said, yeah, the room's going to be available, on the 1st, I get a hold of him again on the 10th of this month. And he was like, well, I kind of panicked and someone already had the money. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, that sucks. So that was going to be a perfect setup for me, too, because he was a drinker and smoker. So I was like, oh, great. Over that, don't, I can drink in there in my room and then have my own bathroom along with it, But that came to pass. But these things happen, and it's not really, it's a setback, but it's not really a huge one, because like, oh well, life goes on, just keep working. It's kind of getting to the point where my brain is shut down, and I've been working 6 days a week for the past couple of weeks or so, maybe 3. and it's gonna pay off sooner rather than later, as long as I keep my head above water. Fuck, keep my head above water and try to stay healthy. And sure, it's gonna be relatively easy. I just gotta be patient, and focus on work. It's not like I'm making chump change or anything. It's not like I'm currently paying rent. So there's absolutely no reason for me to not be able to set aside money for pretty much wherever I want. And there isn't. It's also a matter of picking a spot. See, that's the kind of people I don't respect. Just riding a motorcycle like a fucking maniac. Just went through all the cars, did a California stop, sped up right in front of the cars, revved his engine, and just sorry about your small penis. But yeah, it has to deal with like who would I move in with? It has to be a good fit. I'd have to have my own privacy. Um, Either that or the boat thing is still a thing. It's an option that would just take longer. Uh, but that would be, I don't know, it'd be a little bit more rewarding, I would think. But it all really depends. There's a lot of different ideas that I've conjured up in my mind about what to do with it. Because the saving money part is no longer, it's not really an issue. It's about where to go next, which I have time. But at the same time, I need to live in a private area. It's just kind of like how I used to have that one room I stayed for in 7 years. I need that kind of area again. So, no joke, man. It's like it's fucked with my drinking habits, not having my own privacy. It's fucked with my mentality. Um, just everything, to be honest with you. And it's not getting me too much anymore because the people I live with now understand that. So, like last night, for example, when I got home from work, I hung out for like maybe 20 minutes, and people were staying over for a movie and stuff. And I told them straight up, I'm not hanging out. So, and they're like, yeah, no, we know, you're fine. So, whether they talk about whatever, like when I'm not in the room, that's totally whatever they want to feel. But what I feel is that after I get off work, if I'm not drinking, I don't want to be around too many people. So, it's a lot easier to not drink, by the way, once you stop doing it for a bit, and then you get to like a different motion in life, to where like I could drink, but no, nah, you know. But as an alcoholic, once you start drinking again, it's also just as easy to go drinking every other day and stuff, and live it like that. But stopping is also pretty cool too, like putting a hold to it. There's plenty. There's this one guy that's friends with my uncle. What he usually does is like whenever he feels like he's drinking too much, he'll stop for like a month, and then kind of like what I do, and that's where I got the idea from. He'll stop for like a month, and then go back to it, like slowly get back into drinking again. But then once he feels like, pardon me, then he repeats the process as he sees fit. And I thought to myself, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's not too bad of an idea. Let's say if I go overboard one night, I'm like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have had that much. Now I feel like shit. Yeah, it's stop for a month. It's not a bad idea at all. Like it's a way to keep yourself in check, be responsible. Uh, so yeah, I mean, if you look on the way to my work, there's all these residential houses, and about 30 of these houses are renting out rooms because for the sole reason of um, they can get away with charging an arm and a leg as compared to their uh, mortgage. So they make money off of the people renting out the room, but the people renting out the room. So it's like it's a win-win. But obviously the people who actually own, but it is what it is at that point. If I had my own house, I'd probably do something pretty similar. Pretty fucking similar. I probably wouldn't charge an arm and a leg. Not really like that, but I definitely see to it that say that if I had like a 4-bedroom house, 4-bedroom 3-bath or something like that, and my mortgage was like $3,000 every 3 months, I'd probably charge around like $800 a month for each room. And considering the fact that minimum wage is $15.50 in California, that ain't bad at all. So it's it's a fair price, but it's a lot better than apartments. You gotta have one of those walks of life where you don't really care about money too much to have an apartment. So I think apartments. I think my boss told one of my managers. She told me that she rents out an apartment for $2,200-$2,300 a month, and it's a 1-bedroom 1-bath, and it's in a kind of a shitty area. So it's like, what the hell, When she told me that, I was like, what are you doing? Moving to this town, you pay a few hundred more dollars. You're like, yeah, it's more expensive, but she has a nice car and everything like that. And like, what do you know? You could have done and stayed safe. If that makes sense. To each their own, I suppose, but yeah. Oh, fuck. Staying cold sucks. I'll take a quick stop right here to end it. Right under here. I don't know when this was drawn, but it looks rather old. So it's all dusty, full of cobwebs. Obviously, people took some time and patience into it and then stopped caring. I don't know. You see that? Up there, especially these vents right here. Or I think these are supposed to be they're lights. Looks like they're from like the late '90s, maybe early 2000s. That's gross. Do you think they just clean them once every few months? I mean, anyway, I'm gonna take off. It's been a bit of an update, but yeah, I get paid on almost on a daily basis, just if I have the option to. So every day I'm able to set aside every work day. I'm able to set aside around like at least $60 at the very very minimum 60. So it's think about that. It's like 60 times 20 is what, 1,500. No, that's wrong. 1,400, and that's bare minimum. So I mean, that's about how long it would take if I had an area to move, had somewhere to sit. If I had $0 in my account, if I had to go from zero to that, it'd take about like 3 weeks or so. Yeah, I'm gonna head off. Take care.